Good morning. It is finally light out because it's 6 o'clock. And some of us have been up since 4:30.
Yeah,
Stan.
me.
Some of us got up about 4:48 when I looked at my phone because Stan spent 15 minutes yelling at me to wake up, and I did not want to wake up this
You did not.
I'd met your plugs in. I slept right through the alarm and him yelling at me, which apparently Iceman got a kick out of Stan yelling at me all morning. But it is day 4, and we have to leave Chef Iceman's tailgate party here to get on trail, which is right behind me, right there. We're going 22 miles today. We're going to take 2 breaks. First one will be with Iceman at a road crossing, and then next one will be on trail somewhere. And hopefully we should be done about the same time we did the 21 miles yesterday, because we have like no elevation gain today. We have like 1,000 feet elevation total over 22 miles. So we're sure the trail is going to be full of rocks and roots because we're in Maine and that's what it is. But otherwise, hopefully, should be a pretty easy day. So see you up the trail. Good morning. Of course, no moose, but we love our beautiful lakes.
You think it's beautiful, Zoe?
Look how still it is.
Yeah, it's really nice.
We might not have elevation today, but we are going to have a lot of scenery because we are doing nothing but walking by lakes and over streams pretty much all day today. Look at how pretty this is. Zoe, go. Go. Go over the roots. We are only a mile from Joe Mary Road, which is where we are having our first snack break. Gonna meet, oh, Zoe! He stops to do that shaky thing. I almost always step on him. This is pretty much what we've been doing today. Walking through the woods and walking across bogs on these boards. Whoop, that one moves. And it's been a pretty easy, pleasant, cruisy 6 miles so far. It's 1 more mile to go to, sorry, lost my balance, to Joe Mary Road, where we're gonna meet Iceman. Just having a quick snack break there. He's not like making us a meal or anything because he's been doing that non-stop, which is amazing. But nice to have a place to look forward to stopping and having real chairs to sit on and take a little break. And that will be about 1/3 of the way through. Flip this around. Hi. Yeah, that'll be about 1/3 of the way. Planning on taking another break around 14.5 miles in because there's a lake that has a view of Katahdin from the lake, which I've seen some pictures of and it's really pretty. So that'll be break number 2 today, and that break will leave us with about 8 miles left to our 22-mile day. And I think we're camping on a pond tonight. So there's Stan waiting for us.
Yep, taking some different type of fungi.
He loves to take pictures of the mushrooms, and I keep saying that they're starting to look more and more like coral reefs, the different mushrooms that we're seeing. So, all right, 1 mile, probably less than a mile now, to Joe Mary Road and our first break. Woo woo! Walking alongside this pretty stream here for a minute, just before Joe Mary Road. Of course, I pulled my phone out as we are a little bit further from it now. I'll zoom in. Pretty little bubbling cascades all along the whole little walk there. Sorry, I'm not looking at my phone, I'm looking at my feet, so probably not the best videography there. Should have pulled it out when we were a little bit closer to it, but really, really lovely walk through the woods this morning, crossing lots of streams, babbling brooks like the one I was just trying to show you. moss and fern and mushrooms, and just actually getting a little bit more of a chance to look around and enjoy a walk through the woods without tripping over rocks and roots every single step. There have definitely been our share of rocks and roots in these first 7 miles, but nothing like what we have experienced in Maine up to this point. Hopefully it stays this way. I know it won't, but it's nice for now. All right, y'all, here we are. We made it to Joe Mary Road. Not only do we have Iceman doing trail magic. Oh, he's not even looking at me. Oh, there he is. We have over here, actually, no, let me just flip this around instead of walking. Well, okay, first of all, because now he's in the screen. Everyone knows this guy.
No.
It's the infamous Hawk. And we have Donna and Skip, who drove all the way from Georgia. Oh, yeah. I think it was more about that one over there. Go dogs. And speaking of dogs, we got some hot ones. Yeah. So thank you guys for driving up. You know, we walked, but you know, I guess we'll accept that you drove. And Hawk's gonna be summiting the day before we do, if all goes according to plan, and then flipping back to Harper's and walking back to Georgia to see these guys again. All right, I'm gonna eat my dogs. See y'all later. This is the best trail magic. We got Iceman over here. We got all kinds of hikers here. About time to get going. Oh, we got some more YouTube stars over here. Let's get them on film. Where's the wifey?
Hey, sunshine.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi. We finally meet. All of my followers have been like, "Have you met Pink Hot Dog and Mushroom yet?" And I'm like, "No, leave me alone. I'm hiking."
You are real.
They are real, and they're. Yes, I'm traveling with Tonya. I haven't actually met you. I met your yeah. We talked earlier. I walked by you at the shelter, and then Stan was like, "You talked to Mushroom," and I was like, "I did." So everybody's here. Maybe summiting on the same day. They might be summiting the day earlier, but either the 7th or the 8th. So we'll probably see you on trail again. Back on trail, walking around more lakes, and loved this river streaming into a lake here. Just a really pretty hike today.
It is.
And we love that it's nice and cruisy.
Yeah.
I'm still sweating though.
Yep.
So pretty. Alright, another lovely lake I'm popping out on and taking a quick look at. Mosquitoes are absolutely ridiculous around this area right now. The net has come back out. I've been getting eaten the frick alive.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. I
They're even after me.
really hope that it's not this bad where we're camping tonight, because we're supposed to be by a pond, but it's like freaking Vermont all over again. I've got bites all over me. Did not think I was going to have to deal with this in Maine in September. I mean, they're buzzing around me.
It got warm. I think it's in the 80s.
It's also we're at a low, like we're only at like 400 feet right now.
Yeah.
We're at a really low elevation, and it's boggy, and streams and lakes. It's just wet. But in the meantime,
It's pretty.
let's appreciate this beautiful lake. View of Katahdin. We got one yesterday from the mountain. We were really blessed to have a clear day. See her 70 miles out. I just heard Stan say we can't see her. It's cloudy today. I heard Stan say it wouldn't have been a good day to summit. I guess that means we can't see her. Oh gosh, I'm falling into the lake. You need to look behind you.
Oh, good.
Seriously, I just fell. Look at me. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
This is what I do. All right, let's get myself up, and then I'll show you what we can see of Katahdin. This is ridiculous. Zobes!
Let's watch.
Good
Tonya
help you
get
are.
up.
No, let's not. All right, well, that's where Katahdin should be. but all we can see are clouds over there. So we're taking our lunch break, late lunch or second lunch or whatever you want to call it after our trail magic lunch, and enjoying the lake views, and maybe a moose will decide to come say hello.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Maybe the clouds will decide to part and show us Katahdin over there.
That would be really nice.
A moose and Katahdin? I mean, a girl
Yeah.
can dream. By the way, yes, I did manage to get up from my fall and get out here onto a rock safely. I think I can take my mosquito net off. They're not bugging me here.
Yeah.
Yay. For a change. Been very buggy today. Got lots of bites. All right, I'm gonna eat. Bye-bye. Okay, so while we're sitting here and Uncle Stan is feeding my dog, because, you know, he's a dog napper. My dog just left me, like literally walked off my lap to walk over to Uncle Stan.
All it took was beef jerky.
Beef jerky. I mean, I do have beef jerky in my other bag, but I don't have it in my bag today. So anyway, while we sit here, I'll share with you, Stan actually got me doing this, but I now own a piece of the AT. No, I did not like vandalize anything. Mostly. A moose did first. There was a tree that was all broken up. The moose, we're assuming, rubbed his antlers against, and this little piece was barely hanging on, and I snagged it. So I now have a real white blaze from the 100-mile wilderness. More beautiful sights. We've been walking along this river for a little bit and decided to just pull out here and take a quick little video of it. No moose. Lots and lots of moose poop around here. So they're here. We're in their favorite area. It's wet. It's muddy. Oh yeah. Covered in mud. I fell right in it while we were trying to cross the little muddy, boggy areas a little bit ago. Man, there's more moose poop. Stan is somewhere behind me. Left him back at the view of Katahdin at that lake where we had our second lunch. He usually catches me really fast, but it's been like nearly 3 miles now. So probably I'm gonna stop up here somewhere along the river and wait for him, make sure he's okay. Because he's a lot faster than I am, and I have not been going super fast. So anyway, yeah, trail took a little turn for being crazy there with a couple of river crossings and some muddy, boggy areas, but hopefully it'll smooth out. We've got about 4.5 miles to go, I think, maybe a little less than that now. All right, I will talk to y'all later. Hopefully Stan's okay. Still walking along this river, and finally got a little opening to come over here and show, oops, too close, sorry. Show some of the Cascades. It's been so pretty walking along this river here for the last couple miles. And where I'm at is actually a stealth site. Stan and I were just saying this would be a great place to camp.
Oh yeah.
But we don't have our gear because we're slack packing.
Yep.
We're slackos.
There's some disadvantages.
Yep. Because if we weren't slacking, we might decide to stop right here.
Yep, that's it. Put them down right here.
And have a moose come wandering out right there.
We'd wash off right in there.
Yeah, it would wash off right in there for sure.
We'd soak our feet.
Yep. All right, let's get to where we're actually going. Go on, buddy. Good boy. Hey, we are done. Hey, Stan.
Yeah.
We're done.
Done with what?
Well, with today.
With today. And we are glad.
Yes. So we've been back here for about an hour, actually, I think. What time did we get back?
Well, 5:30 maybe?
Oh,
Maybe
no.
sooner even?
We kicked butt. We did it faster today than we did yesterday, actually. But the trail was cruisy, so that was good.
Until the last 3 miles.
So we're setting up here in the back end of a little pull-out off of the road here. And Iceman is doing his thing with his tailgate kitchen. Chef Iceman is the bomb. And are getting ourselves settled in. And Iceman also made ice packs for me. So I've already iced my feet. They were numb. I have feeling back in them now, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna numb them again. After I finish getting things situated, I'm going to numb my feet while I have dinner. The mosquitoes are out in force. Good night.
Oh, man.
Good morning. Where is everybody? We were just together for a selfie. There we all are.
Cool.
That's what you need to do, because I do that to you.
Yeah.
It's our last morning with Iceman, and we're crying. Yeah, Zobi's shivering because he was all curled up in a ball, all comfy, and I disturbed him by picking him up. He's like, Mommy, I was sleeping, and you made me smile for a selfie instead. But we had to smile for a selfie because it's our last morning with Iceman. We love you. You've been amazing. Like, the 100-mile wilderness would have been beautiful, but it's been fun and beautiful having you along for the ride. Thank you so much for your generosity and kindness, and you are truly the archangel of all trail angels. All right, more about our day as we get on the trail. Back on trail. Been walking around this lake for a little while and just got a great opening. There was a beautiful sunrise this morning. We could see through the trees where we were camped. If anyone was camped on this lake, which there are a couple campsites on this lake, they were treated to a spectacular sunrise over the lake this morning. Maybe we'll get one tomorrow morning. Well, I didn't even realize the trail literally comes out onto this sandy beach right here, which obviously you can see is also a campsite. Very, very nice. And just popped out to another pretty opening on this lake. Getting a shot of it here before I continue on. Same lake we've been walking around, actually, just another angle of it. Such a pretty walk so far today. Dobie's enjoying it. Ooh, that sun is really trying to pop out. Yay, sun, come out. We get a view of Katahdin again today, as long as these clouds stay broken up. So today, we have our full packs again. Thank you to Iceman for getting us through. All right, sorry, I have to look where I'm walking. Oh, but here's another opening. Here we go. All right, so thank you to Iceman for getting us through the first 4 days of the 100-mile wilderness here. 74 miles slack packed, which was amazing. Today we are going either somewhere between 14 to 16 miles, about 14 and a half to just shy of 16 is where we're targeting. There's another lake that the trail walks along for about 6 miles, and in the first couple of miles of that there's several places to camp. So somewhere in there is where we're gonna end the day. So pretty normal backpacking day, slightly on the short end, especially if we stop in the 14 range from what we normally do, because our average is about 16 to 17, which sets us up for a nice knee row into A-Ball Bridge tomorrow of somewhere around probably 11-ish miles tomorrow. And tomorrow then is Zobi's celebration at A-Ball Bridge. He will have gone as far as any dog can go on the ATs. He's not allowed in Baxter. And not only will Carissa be joining us at A-Ball Bridge, but now Courtney will as well. Stan's other daughter, the one we stayed with in New York City. So both of his daughters are going to be there. Very excited to see them and have them share in our final days of celebration, beginning tomorrow with A-Ball Bridge. The day after that, we'll hike through Baxter to the base of Katahdin, and the day after that, it's all over. Summit day at Katahdin. So tonight is our last night in our tents. Tomorrow morning's our last night waking up, making breakfast in our tents. It's our last day and a half of backpacking. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Georgia to Maine. Come all this way. All right. See y'all up the trail. Our first clear, closer up view of Mama Kay. Right there. Good day to summit. There's no clouds at the top as of right now. I know that could change in a minute. But we are going to climb a mountain here after we come down into this valley, and then we go up, and from the top of that we're actually supposed to have really good views of Mama Kay. So hopefully once we get up top I'll have an even better view of her, but that's pretty darn clear right there. Will you all look at this incredible view? And right there is Katahdin with the peak covered in clouds. There she is, where we will be in just a couple of days. But what a beautiful view from the top of this mountain that, I'm sorry, I have absolutely no idea how to say it. It's like Nesbundandatit. Alright, brought some snacks. We're gonna sit here for a minute and hopefully those clouds will part and we can actually see all of Katahdin before we leave this spot. We do have another opportunity to see her. There's another viewpoint on the way down, so maybe those clouds will part. Just goes to show, on the way up it was perfectly clear and now it's cloudy up there, so our summit day could be either once we get up to the top. Crazy, but it is gorgeous from right here. All right, it has been raining, and it has let up just slightly to a sprinkle right now as I'm crossing over this pretty bridge. So trying to get some of it on film and not ruin my camera as I walk. Whew. Backwards is actually how I'm walking. And there's the trail right there. Okay. So there's my wet dog. It's been raining longer and a little harder than I anticipated. Really thought it was going to be a quick shower, and it was, but it has continued to sprinkle and drizzle, and you know how we love the dripping off of the trees, which basically makes it continue to rain on you. So that's what it's been for the last several miles. Stan stopped a while back to get something to eat. I did not want to sit in the rain and get wet and cold, so he'll catch us. And I'm pretty much just putting one foot in front of the other on a slippery, rocky, rooty, muddy, gross trail and praying that the rain stops before we get to our campsite. So, did not expect this today at all. It was perfectly clear in the forecast for every single day except for a chance of rain overnight last night, which did not happen. So I guess we're getting the overnight rain now. Lovely. Alright, putting phone away so we don't ruin it. And it stays dry. Back on trail. Alright, buddy. Yep, we're back on trail. Let's keep moving. At least it's not cold yet. Gets cold as soon as the sun goes down these days. Alright, bye-bye. Pretty little cascades right here we're walking by. Gotta keep moving so we stay warm. Sorry. Very pretty though. Very, very pretty. Alright, let's go, buddy. Let's go. Oh, good boy. Hello. Hi, Zoe. It is about 7:10, and I got to camp about, I think, like between 4 and 4:15. Sorry I'm disturbing you. It's like, Mommy, I want to sleep, which is what we've been doing. Had a little bit of break in the rain. I got my tent up. Stan got here a little bit later. He's got his tent up. He's beside me, and it is still raining. It has rained all day. Our last day in 100 Mile Wilderness, and it rained all day. This is our last night in our tent together. We get up in the morning and hike 11.4 miles to A-Ball Bridge. And that's Zobe's Katahdin. All he cares about is being warm and dry right now, and I agree. So, got him warm and dry, got us both fed, got me warm and dry, and we took a little nap. And I think we might go to sleep for the night here soon. Alright, say goodnight, Zobe. Good night, Zobe.